Hey everyone, Crowlopix here, and today I thought I would work on this awesome beaded cross stitch. So let's get stitching. So first I wanted to show you where I am, how much I've gotten done. So you can see that I have started stitching the lilies, the top part of that. These leaves are looking phenomenal, and it's just, I think I said this last time, but it feels really nice to touch, to run your fingers over. The beads are stable, they're not floppy, they're stable and smooth, and I don't feel worried about, wrecking it by running my hand over it. So it's pretty cool. But yeah, this has been very, very fun to stitch so far. So what I'm going to do first, instead of stitching actually, is gluing my knots, because I am slightly worried about it and I don't want to have all of these stray pieces of thread here, if you can see that. But this is what the back looks like. So you can see that. So what I'm going to do is I've got some PVA glue here. It dries clear, and I'm just going to dab some on the knots. And then once it's dry, I will cut the strands closer to the board. That's all. So I make sure that's got a good enough amount of glue on it. I don't think this is absolutely necessary. I'm just one of those warriors, so for me, for my peace of mind, it's necessary, because I would really hate to put all this work into it and just have like a thread come off and the whole thing fall apart. Basically, that would break my heart. So let's avoid that. I guess if you were to do this, you could also use a bit of, what do you call it? Hot glue. That other glue. I'm just trying to make sure that I stay behind the beads so that you can't, it dries clear, but you'll be able to see a smudge, if I did it on the clear plexiglass part. So I want to avoid that. You can see I've started new threads many times already. I try not to make my threads too long, which I think is cross stitch 101, and that's all done. Cross stitch 101 is not to make your beading thread too long, or your cross stitch, your floss, too long, because it's too hard to work with. It gets tangled too easily. Yeah, so oops, get back there, get back into it. All right, so that's done. Easy. I don't know why I felt the need to do it now, but I did, so there you go. The end. I did decide to get the Good Notes app, so that's how I'm keeping track of that. It's been quite fun so far. Well, I guess not necessarily fun, but it's been easy to use, so hey, gotta go with something easy to use, something that doesn't make this unbearable and harder to keep track of. Okay, here we go, folks. I hope you can see. I hope I stay in frame. I keep trying to look over at my monitor, but doing that for each stitch doesn't allow me to get very far. But man, it's just been a dream to work on these these cases that they provided for the beads. Oh man, they've been good as well. I'm glad each bead has its own separate lid, because then you can just, you know, open one, open several, whatever makes you happy. I like to keep one open at a time unless they're in separate trays. Then I'll do more than one, but one at a time I can keep from you know, mixing the beads together, because in case you didn't know, I'm clumsy. I am a very clumsy. Very, very clumsy. But it's very it's very easy to open with one hand. So these are very good cases, and I wish I could have more of them, but, you know, bigger. That would have been awesome. But I'm not complaining at all about this. It's so good. I'm very excited about getting into the flower part of things. I was trying to figure out, because there's a space in the middle and there's spaces here. I was like, how am I going to stitch it? So I am going to stitch it in parts, because, you know, you can always go back and, you know, like once you end a thread, you can start somewhere else. You don't have to do it line by line and skip and stuff. But I was really thinking hard about how to do it so that you can't see the threads in the back. So whenever I start a new row or something like that, I really have a deep think about where the new row starts and how I'm going to keep the thread from showing. It's not as hard as I'm making it sound, but yeah. There it is. But I can cross that off. And you can see I got into some of the real pinks here as well. These two pinks and this one here. Oh man, I was so excited. I can't wait to get to the vase now as well. Switching colors is a real pain, but I like it. I thoroughly enjoy it. Man, and this diamond painting, this beaded cross stitch, it's probably my most fun to date. Although the good luck one, the Chinese good luck one, was a lot of fun because, wow, could the cars get any louder? Sorry, folks. So the Chinese good luck one was fun and very easy because it was just one color. And I didn't have to think so much about what color, like what symbol on the pattern and stuff like that. It was just fill in the black areas on the Aida cloth, and you know, that's it. So it made it really easy. And it was very carefree, and because it was just the one color, you know, it was quick. You know, it was just very quick. That's all I got to say. So I did finish watching the latest Halloween movie. I shouldn't say that it's a remake, because it's not. It's more of a sequel. It's like 40 years after the original one, apparently. And yeah, I don't know. It was silly. Kind of silly. It was okay. But they should really, like, move on to stuff that's, you know, more original. Stop trying to bring back these guys, you know, create new horror goodies. Or baddies, I should call them. Stop trying to resurrect. You know, it did well when it came out. That's cool and all, but, you know, let it go. Let it go. And Halloween has had so many sequels. Nightmare on Elm Street and Friday the 13th. They have also had lots of sequels, and they should just stop. And that reminds me, I did see the Friday the 13th sequel recently. Or no, that was an actual remake, my bad. That was horrible. It was so horrible. It was very, very boring. And I was like, cannot be bothered finishing this movie. Well, I finished it, but I didn't like it. Funny. I have this, I like to finish things, but I've got all these projects that I haven't finished. Go figure. I promised to finish this one. Or I promised to try and finish this one. It's not going too bad. But I think this is going to be a very short video today, folks. Sorry, just taking that one off. Next color. See, switching out is pretty easy. I'm glad there's only 3 of these trays. You know how once you get used to using a color, you know where it is on that tray and which tray it is and stuff like that. So it's easy to switch between them, I guess. But that only works if you have a few colors. Not like the peacock, oh my gosh. That one has over 60 colors, I think. It's a lot. I would have to say that beaded cross stitch is more intimidating than the peonies diamond painting that I'm doing. Scooch over. And I'm almost done with this row. I like how the colors are different enough to, you know, provide a good gradient. I'm glad they've picked the colors well for this. And it's not just colors to be colors. To, you know, just to have a number of colors. This is gonna be so pretty. Okay, one more. And that's the end of the row. Because then there's like, oh, a space in between here that starts the next row. But I'm just going to start going back the other way. So I just need to go down one. If I can find the hole. I've gone in every hole around the one I need to go into. There we go. Do you find that happens with cross stitch? Yeah, sometimes it's just like, you know you're aiming for the right spot, but it just doesn't want to cooperate. And my thread is getting short. So that means it's time for me to pick up beads with my hand. So that's how I deal with that. When my thread starts getting too short to use the needle to dip into the pot, I pick them up with my hand. But I am going to stop for now. Here is what it looks like. I just did like from here to here. What is that? Maybe 10, 20 beads, somewhere around there. But it is a bit more time consuming while on camera, but I wanted to show you where I was with this and do a little bit with you, and also to show you how I worked on the back. Ooh, I dropped one. How I worked on the back, you can see it's already starting to dry a little bit. These wet spots here, I'll let those continue to dry, and yeah, I'll snip the threads off and it'll be all pretty and clean and neat. But I like here, this area where it's just, you know, there are no knots. It's just it is very clean. I like it. It's looking good. So yeah, there we are. This is the current progress, and yes, I hope that you have enjoyed this journey so far. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Please stay safe, please stay happy, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye!